Forget about it. I know by Lambo. Is that why I shout it? Them day. Yeah, them day.
Never listen to what a man does with his words. The only thing you should hear from a man is what he does with his actions. A man will say and do anything to get in between your legs. I repeat, a man will say and do anything to get in between your legs. A man who truly loves you, his actions are going to reflect that. And a lot of us women underestimate the extent to which men will go to manipulate us just to get sex. A man will lie, manipulate, gaslight, give you false promises, future fake, just because he wants sex from you. This is a situation with Burna Boy and Sophia, and it's the very same situation with Future and Gorgeous Doll. For those of you who are watching this video, I'm going to roll the clip. Let us watch and hear what a lot of people had to say concerning this very same topic. Everything I'll be saying in this video concerning Burna Boy and Sophia or Future and Gorgeous Doll is allegedly. I don't want to get into trouble, but I'm going to spill the tea.
Now he's threatening to have my page deleted.
Bro, don't worry.
Don't text my phone. Don't text. Excuse me?
Bro, I don't know you, bro.
Stop. Listen, at the end of the day, I promise you on my life, Imagine his old ass in there going crazy, okay? Listen, he going crazy. Yeah, that's how I have him. And that's why you bitches is mad. But anyways, besides the point. You don't know me, but you just eat my ass from the back. Let's not do that. Let's not do that.
Thinking that this girl got Future crashing out, clearly you don't know Future, right? She ain't the first girl to get him to respond to something. Right? He likes this. This is what he does. This is his MO. Right? Whether it's him tweeting, whether it's him going into his Instagram story and writing something, whether it's him throwing subs in his music, this is nothing new, right? But I have to remember, y'all girls who really think that she got him acting out of character because he like her so much, y'all the same ones who think that that dude who keep coming back every 5 to 6 months to smash you and then going ghost can't get over you, right? It ain't the fact that you're just stupid and you're his dummy and you just always gonna be around and that's the reason why he won't leave you alone, right? Y'all the same group of bird brains. This is why I will not be friends with all girls, because some of y'all are stupid, right? And the level of stupid that you are is kind of annoying being around you because you make poor decisions and your poor decisions end up affecting everybody around you, whether it be the headaches that you get from listening to the stupid conversations or the mess that you get put into by being around you. This woman parading on here with these story times, yeah, it's entertaining, but in no way, shape, or form is she a victim of Future, right? By the time she met Future, Future probably had about 6 kids by that point, right? You could Google to find out that this is not no stand-up great man. His whole persona was tied to being toxic from the time he been out. Like, he's never been associated with being a good man. Nothing about Future and good man has ever been associated with each other. So to think that you would be in a real relationship with this man gives delusion. Everything that has happened to this woman, she has been a willing participant in it. A lot of y'all girls lie to y'allself so bad, acting like you gonna be able to get with these men that got money and you so player, you so G, your feelings ain't gonna get invested. No, you're a lover girl and you're about to be somewhere balled up in the corner crying. All right, like y'all always do. But you act like you just gonna collect all these bags, watches, get all of this money from him and you're not gonna be affected in no kind of way. No, y'all be driving yourself crazy. That's the reason why this woman is on this internet crashing out like she is, right? Because in the beginning, you thought that you was going to be able to just come in there, get what you want and get out of there. But you 5 years in and you still ain't got over this man. All right. You still online crying over somebody that you're just one piece in a game of many. Y'all got to start being for real. Men like Future, he has dealt with so many women, and most of the women he deal with are women who don't have a lot of self-esteem. They materialistic, and y'all really ain't that different from one another, right? Once you done met one, you done met them all, because y'all all move the same exact way. And y'all all think that y'all so different, but you not. And when you dealing with a man on expert level like he is, who has dealt with this many women, you can't play him, right? He know your game moves before you even do it. Because like I said, you're just one of many and y'all all move exactly the same. At the end of the day, the whole thing is childish and immature. Future ain't gonna probably leave her alone. Clearly, she ain't gonna leave him alone. And at the end of the day, men love they dummies, right? They do hold a special place in those men's heart, because it ain't too many times you can show up to a Christmas party with a whole nother woman, have a threesome in front of this lady, and she's still one text away from pulling up and doing whatever you want. Why would you let that go when you're a man like Future? You wouldn't, right? And a lot of y'all got to understand, y'all are gorgeous doll on a smaller scale, right? You're some man's dummy, and he ain't gonna stop messing with you. He ain't gonna stop hitting you up every blue moon. He ain't gonna stop viewing your stories because you're an idiot, right? And you never really let your idiot go when you're a man like that. You gotta keep them on board for when you get bored. When the other ones then smartened up and they don't want to participate in the foolery no more, you still got to keep a stupid one in your back pocket.
Burna Boy is the corniest nigga alive. You were on your hands and knees for this girl, begging with your tongue out. That's how desperate you were. And now you want to be laughing, oh, I didn't buy you Lambo. You look stupid, oh my god. And the story wasn't even about you, it was about a friend.
You see, it's literally the reason Burna Boy messaged her, because she's very attractive, right? So let's get that shit out of the way. She's really, really beautiful. And y'all steady keep saying that she asked Burna Boy to buy a Lamborghini. She never asked Burna to buy a Lambo. She said, I wanted to pay for my car, I wanted to buy my Lambo, and Burna Boy said he's going to pay for it. So he definitely promised her, he overpromised and obviously didn't hold up his end of the bargain. So you can't really blame her for being like, well, nigga, you promised to buy me a fucking Lambo and you didn't buy me the shit. So she ain't wrong in feeling however she wants to feel. A lot of you guys are just making dumb jokes because you guys don't listen. And obviously she bought the Lambo by herself, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you can tell she got it like that. And the reason Burna Boy, let me tell y'all something. The reason Burna Boy did that shit was just because his ego was literally hurt. Because she never wanted to go in with him when they linked up the first time. If you guys listen to the voice note, she said, oh, I went home. Like, Burna called his driver to come pick me up and she didn't respond. And she blocked him multiple times. And Burna's looking like, what the fuck is you? I'm Burna Boy. Like, the fuck, you don't want me? You get what I'm saying? And Burna's my brother, like, oh, damn, this girl playing with me. She playing games, like, cause why the fuck, like, who are you that you wouldn't want me? So obviously, I ain't gonna lie, obviously she probably hurt his ego, and he like, in his mind, he like, I bet, watch out. And I'm never gonna lie, that's a G move, man. I promised her a Lambo too. That's a like, shout out to Burna for that. So that's just funny as fuck.
Why would you take what a man says with his words over what he actually does with his actions? So many beautiful women in my messages saying, you know, this guy says he loves me, but he's always lying, or he's never around, or he doesn't introduce me to his friends and his family. Baby, that man does not love you. That man does not even like you. That man has you on standby to use you for whatever he wants to use you for and then bounce again. You are a revolving door. He knows he can come in and go straight back out when he's ready. That man is Mr. Come and Go, literally. If a man is telling you something with his words, make sure it aligns with his actions. Because the number one thing men know how to do is chat rubbish to women. Because women, we buy it every single time. So let me tell you how you get around this. When a man is talking, in your head, all I want you to hear is that's it. The only way a man can communicate with you is through his actions. So if a man is saying, I love you, I want to be with you, then he should be around you often, and he should be with you, communicating with you, chilling with you, chatting with you, going places with you. That is a man who loves you and wants to be with you. If a man is saying, I want to spend my life with you, I see you in my life, you should be meeting his family, you should be part of his life, you should be part of his daily routine, you should know how his life goes, you should have input in his life, you should have a role. Someone cannot tell you that they want you and keep you at arm's length because they're sad. Oh, that's another one. Men say, oh, I really want you, but I'm just going through a lot right now. Men are big babies. They're the biggest babies on the face of the planet. If a man is going through a lot and he loves you, oh, baby, that man is up under you. He wants love. He wants care. He wants attention. No, men are not these strong creatures that go through hardships alone. They want help, okay? So if your sentence starts with, he's telling me this, but once the but is in there, that man don't want you. Okay? Because you guys be asking me, and I try to think of a way to say it in a nice way, but I realize that's not my purpose. That's not what God has put me on this earth for, to say it a nice way. God has put me on this earth to say the truth. That man does not want you. Respectfully, with all the care in the world, because there is a man that wants you, but you have to be ready to let go of the man that doesn't want you to find the man who is looking for you.
Ladies, never underestimate a man's ability to lie, manipulate, and gaslight you to get what he wants. And if a man seems like he's too good to be true, it's because he is, and he's a fucking liar, and he's telling you everything that you want to hear so that he can get what he wants. Then you're gonna come across the worst type of man. The type of man that you done spilled your heart out to, and you told him everything that you went through in your past relationship, and he's gonna use all that shit against you to hurt and manipulate you some more. You gotta understand that these men have no empathy towards people at all. So you can't change them, and you can't try to change them, and don't, because all you're gonna do is hurt yourself some more. And then they're gonna come with the I came to heal you and I would never be like that. Like, get the fuck out of here. You came to hurt this woman some more. Don't believe a man's words, believe his actions. If his words don't match his actions, then fuck him, leave him.
A lot of us women underestimate the extent to which men will go just to sleep with us. A man will say anything to get in between your legs. A man will do anything to get in between your legs. He will lie, he will manipulate, he will future fake. He's going to give you false promises just because he wants sex from you. This is the extent to which men will go just for the kitty card. And that's why I want a lot of us women to be smart, because men have been using this tactics over the years, and they have been playing women, using women for sex, getting whatever they want from women, and women are still falling for it. We are in the 21st century and women are still believing what men say. You should be very bold to believe what comes out from the mouth of a man. When a man opens his mouth to speak, 99% of what he's saying are lies. If he is all about talk and no action, this guy is trying to play you. I'm talking from experience. This is a situation that has happened with Sophia and Burna Boy, and it is the very same thing that is going on with Gorgeous Doll and Future. There are so many of us women who think because this guy is rich, because he's a celebrity, he has money, he's all this, he's all that, he's not going to manipulate us, he's not going to lie to us. Well, guess what? There are celebrities lying to women about getting them cars, getting them houses, just because they want sex from these women. This is what Burna Boy did to Sophia. He had to lie about getting her a Lamborghini just because he wanted sex. And the minute he got it from her, he bounced. And even when she came online to expose the situation for what it truly was, he had the audacity to still go online and drag her. Well, allegedly. He made a diss track about it and uploaded it online, dragging her for getting mad about him not pulling through and getting her this Lamborghini. This lady got this car with her money by herself, but she's still getting dragged. There are a lot of men who will offer to do things for you without you having to ask, and will still end up disappointing you. Because of what reason? They want to use these things as bait to get in between your legs. A man will lie to you. He will lie about getting you a house, getting you a car, changing your life, getting you a job, just doing certain things for you just because he wants sex. And the funniest thing about it is you don't even have to ask these things from a guy. He is going to opt to do these things and end up disappointing you and end up not doing it. Sophia didn't ask Burna Boy to get her a Lamborghini. She told him she wants to get a Lamborghini for herself. And he offered to get this car for her. But the minute he smashed, he bailed. This is what a lot of men have been doing to women. They offer to do things for you without you asking. And when time reaches for them to do these things, they ghost you, they bail, they become cowards. This is what I want you guys to understand. You don't have to look at his age. You don't have to look at how much money he has. If a celebrity as big as Burna Boy, a superstar, is willing to lie about getting a girl a Lamborghini and not pulling through, then this is what I'm trying to let you guys understand. A man will say and do anything just to get in between your legs. If you're dealing with a man right now who has promised to do something for you and he's not willing to pull through, he is just using it as a bait. He's lying to you, future faking, false promises, just using these things as bait to get in between your legs. Do not give your body to a man just because of the false promises he tells you. Just because he promised to do something for you, it doesn't mean he's going to do it. It doesn't mean he's saying the truth. Even if this guy opted to do these things for you without you having to ask, it doesn't mean he is going to do it. He could be lying. Until he does these things, that's when you should take him seriously. If he doesn't do these things, he is lying. He's telling you lies. I've had a guy who promised to get me a car and he ended up disappointing me because of what reason? He didn't succeed to sleep with me. There are a lot of men who, that is why you need to play the long game. You need to wait. This guy opted to get me a car without me having to ask. And when it was time to get the car, guess what? He ghosted me. No communication, no text messages, nothing. Radio silent. I didn't hear a word from him again. They become cowards when it is time for them to match their words with their actions. 90% of them will go ghost. 90% of them will stay silent. 90% of them won't pull through, because this is the nature of most men. This is the nature of a man, to lie, to manipulate, to say whatever he has to say just because of sex, just because of your kiddie card. So you need to be very careful. You need to play the long game. Keep yourself. Do not sleep with this guy. Wait until he does these things for you before you take him seriously, because guess what? He's going to say anything to sleep with you, and when he sees that he's not getting sex, he's going to bail, he's going to ghost. And even if he sleeps with you without doing these things for you, he's still going to ghost. So why not just give it the benefit of that and wait? Why can't you just be celibate? Just wait and see for yourself. These men will expose themselves by themselves. A guy who kept telling me, oh, I love you so much, I'm going to do I want to give you the world, you mean so much to me, anything you want, I'm going to pull through for you. These were all lies this guy was telling me. And because I am so smart to fall for the lies, to fall for words without actions, I kept myself. I stayed celibate to watch, to wait and see if he was going to do it, and he ended up not doing it. They will say these things even when they have no money to do these things for you. A guy telling you he's going to get you a car, telling you he's going to get you a house, telling you he wants to fly you out of the country for a vacation, but he doesn't have the money to do it, but he's making all of these promises. Do you know why? Because men know that women fall for fake promises. They have been using it on other women, and other women have been falling for it. So they think they can use it on you, and that's how you're also going to fall for it. You need to be very smart. They know what they are doing. Men know that women love to believe lies. A woman would prefer to believe the beautiful lies than to accept the ugly truth, to get you all of these things. Whereas he doesn't even have the money to do it. He doesn't even intend to do these things for you. He's just lying because he believes that if he tells you these lies, you're going to be excited about the things he has told you he wants to do for you. And you're going to give it up, open your legs and give him sex. And at the end of the day, he bounces, he leaves you, he ghosts you. So it's better to wait. It's better for this guy to disappoint you when you know that you've not had sex with him, than for him to sleep with you and end up not doing these things for you. That's going to hurt more. Telling you everything you want to hear, because men know the things that women like to hear. They know that we love to hear about marriage. We love to hear about money. Oh babe, I want to get you a house, I want to get you a car, I want to take you to this place, I want to fly you around the world. Women love to hear these things, and men know. So guess what? They are going to lie about getting married to you. They are going to lie about getting a house, a car, or whatsoever for you, because they believe that when you hear all of these beautiful lies from them and these false promises, you're going to get excited, you're going to get hooked, because you're holding on to a false promise that he has told you in hopes that he's going to do these things, whereas in the back of his mind, he's not going to do these things. He is just using these things as bait to get what he really wants from you. And when it is time for him to do these things, well, guess what? Most of them are going to go silent. If this guy was calling you every day, he will stop calling you. He will stop texting you. He will just ghost you because he doesn't want to do those things. He doesn't even have the money to do those things. So the best thing he's going to do is to just better stay quiet or ghost you, because at the end of the day, the plan he had didn't work. I knew from the beginning this guy was lying, but I just wanted to give him the benefit of doubt to see if truly he was going to pull through. Because in as much as we have men who lie, there are men who will say these things and actually do these things. So I was actually giving him the benefit of doubt, because action speaks louder than words. Until he does it, he's lying. So for a guy to promise to get you a car, is because he knows you can get these things for yourself. And He knew that I could get this for myself. So he was trying to impress me. He wanted to prove to me that he's really that guy. He has the back. He can do it for me. So I was like, okay, papi, do it. Let me see. Well, guess what? He didn't pull through. The time when he was supposed to get this car, this dude ghosted me. No communication, no text messages. This guy ended up ghosting me because he realized he wasn't getting no kitty cat from me. He wasn't going to get sex from me because I was bent on being celibate. He saw that even if he got me this car, he may likely not get his end goal, which was probably to sleep with me. So he ghosted me, and I stayed in my lane. I didn't bother myself going above and beyond to get to him. It was a blessing in disguise. Exposure is the mother of safety. When people expose themselves, you should be very happy, because a man will play this game for long, telling you all kinds of lies every day, giving you hopes about doing something for you, just to end up disappointing you at the end of the day because he couldn't get sex from you. Even if he got sex from you, he would still disappoint you at the end of the day. So you guys need to be very careful. And the advice I'm going to give each and every one of you is to make sure that you have your own money. Make sure you have your own bag, because a lot of men will use you. They will take advantage of the fact that you don't have your own to sleep with you. A man will promise to give you money, and during the day when he has to give you that money, he expects you to run after him like a puppet, to beg him for it, to crawl and kneel for it. He wants you to be a slave because of money he opted to give you. Why? Because this is the nature of a man. Nothing from a man comes free. If a man gives you something for free, he is expecting that one day he's going to get it back in return. There are just few men who will give you something and not expect anything in return, and they are very rare. They are very hard to find. Ladies, comment down below if you've ever experienced this. A guy promises to give you money on Saturday, and when Saturday reaches, this guy becomes cold. His attitude, his tone, everything changes. Even the way you guys communicate. He doesn't call you, he doesn't text you. He makes sure the conversation is very dry. This guy who you used to communicate with for hours, for days, for weeks, becomes a very quiet person, becomes somebody who you cannot even reach out to anymore, because he knows he promised to do something for you, and now when it's time to do it, he doesn't want to do it because he's not slept with you. So he starts giving you attitude, he starts being mean, he starts being cold. This is the nature of a man. A lot of them do this. I'm saying this because I've experienced this. This guy promised to get me something, and when it was time for him to do it, the day in which he had to do it, in fact the week in which he had to do it, he stopped calling me, he stopped texting me. This is what a lot of men do. If you've ever experienced this, please drop your experience in the comment section. I'm dying to see it. And let me be honest with you guys, I will never ever want to be in a position where I have to beg a man or chase a man to do something for me, especially if this guy opted to do this thing for me without me having to ask. Ironically, he opted to do this thing for me without me having to ask, but when it was time for him to do these things, he started being cold, distant, mean, not engaging in the conversation. This was a guy who would call me morning, afternoon, evening. He would call me every day. He would float my phone with text messages. But just on the particular week where he had to do something for me, he became distant. And guess what? He started talking about all his financial problems. He started telling me all the problems he's facing. Oh, I don't have money, I'm so down now. Just because he wants to give me an excuse for not wanting to do these things for me. This is the nature of a man. This is what a lot of men will do. Do you know what makes me upset? Is the fact that I didn't even ask you to do these things for me. You promised to do these things for me, and when it's time to do it, you cannot pull through. Why are you being a coward? I didn't even ask him about these things. He just brought up his financial problems just so that I shouldn't ask him about the things he promised to do for me. This is what they do. A lot of men love to run away from responsibilities. They love to escape from responsibilities. They don't want to deal with a woman's responsibilities, especially if it's a woman they haven't slept with. So if he's not slept with you, best believe he's going to act like this. He's going to dodge. He's going to make sure he doesn't do these things because he hasn't got in between your legs. So don't expect a guy to do these things for you quickly. If he actually does these things when he hasn't slept with you, then you should be surprised, because a lot of them won't do it. If he bailed on you and ghosted you and didn't pull through for you because he didn't sleep with you or he didn't get what he wants from you, you should be happy, because this guy is exposing himself and saving you from heartbreak, saving you from getting used, because this guy would have slept with you and bailed on you, and he wouldn't have done these things he promised to do for you. So you should be very grateful when these men promise to do things for you and they don't do it. They are exposing themselves and freeing you from heartbreak, freeing you from getting used, saving you from wasting your time. So you should take it as a blessing, sis. When you have your money, it's very difficult for a guy to hurt you and break your heart. If he promised to get you a car and he doesn't get the car, well, guess what? You have your money. Even if this guy ends up sleeping with you and not getting you this car, but just the fact that you have the money to get the car, you're not going to get hurt. Just the fact that you have your own back, you're not going to get hurt. Heartbreak hurts when you're broke. When you don't have any money and a guy disappoints you and breaks your heart, it hurts so bad. But when you have your money and he disappoints you and breaks your heart, or he sleeps with you and doesn't pull through for whatsoever promise he gave you or whatever lie he told you, you're not going to get hurt, because you have your money to do whatever, to get whatever you want. And that's what Sophia did. She got the car and she took pictures and she exposed him for a fraud. She exposed him for a liar. And the funniest thing is, within this period where Burna Boy was trying to lure her for sex in exchange for a car, he was in Nigeria balling with Chloe Belly. While he was with Chloe, he was luring another girl to sleep with her in exchange for a car, allegedly. Look at the situation with Future and the IG model, Gorgeous Doll. She came online to expose her 5-year on and off relationship with Future, and Future had to say he doesn't know her. She called him by his personal number and he picked within the first second. He picked and all he had to say was, "Oh bro, I don't know you, I don't know you. You don't know her, but you're picking her call within 2 seconds. You don't know her, but you guys have been on and off for 5 years. You don't know her, but she has your personal phone number." This is the extent to which men will lie. Men like Future and Burna Boy are the type of men who get pleasure putting women in uncomfortable situations. They love to publicly embarrass women. They love to humiliate women. They love to make women sweat in the eyes of the public. We've seen it with Stefflon Don, Jada Kingdom, with Sophia, where he came online with a diss track dragging her for not buying the car he promised. We see it with Future telling Gorgeous Doll he doesn't know her and acting like she's delusional to humiliate her in front of the world. These are the type of men you need to avoid as a woman. Avoid men who love to humiliate women, who get pleasure putting women in uncomfortable situations. It only feeds their ego to know that they can get this type of attention from the world for humiliating you. They love to do this because it increases their popularity, their fame. He's going to use it to trend and grow his fan base. And in show business, bad publicity is still publicity. It still brings him money. It still brings him fame. So you guys need to be very careful. Ladies, just because this guy is a celebrity, it doesn't mean he's not going to lie to you just to sleep with you. When it comes to dealing with these men, you guys shouldn't look at age, popularity, or status, because we have men in their 40s, in their 50s, in their 60s and 70s still playing women, still lying to women to sleep with these women, still manipulating women, still using the old trick of fake promises, false promises, lies, just to get sex from women. We have celebrities with all the money and influence they have, still lying to women to get sex with no intention of doing these things for these women. They can be rich, they can be mature, they can be old, young, they will still play you. It is their MO. And for all the men and all the women who are dragging these women, for calling these men out on their bullshit, well, firstly, for those of you who are dragging Sophia, she has her money to get her Lamborghini. And if you think she's not worthy of a Lamborghini because she slept with this guy, there are a lot of you who sleep with men just for attention. You sleep with men for the bare minimum. You sleep with men who don't even do anything for you, and nobody's judging you. So why are you judging another woman for expecting a guy to do something for her, which he opted to do? Why are you jealous? Why? For all the men who are dragging this woman, calling her a hookup girl because she expected this car from Burna Boy, you guys are just jealous because you hate to see a woman who is successful. You hate the fact that this woman is able to afford a Lamborghini, which you cannot have. A lot of you who are broke, you can't even afford a Lamborghini for yourselves. And you're a man, you hate to see a woman being able to do these things for herself. You guys just hate to see a successful woman, especially a successful black woman. Why? Because you men are jealous of women who are able to get certain things for themselves without having to depend on you. Why are you jealous of this woman? Future is 40 years old and he's still playing women, he's still using women, he's still manipulating women and bragging about it. The 40-year-old guy is still playing women, using women, writing songs about it and bragging about it, using these women for clout, for fame, and having fun while doing it. And you guys will sit and think because he's mature, because he's 40, he's 50, he's 60, he's 70, he's not going to play you. We have grandfathers still playing women, still manipulating women for sex, still telling lies to women because they want to get sex from these women. So besties, we've come to the end of this amazing video. Drop your thoughts in the comment section, drop your experiences if you have any which is similar to what has been said in this video. If you had an experience which is similar to Future and Gorgeous Doll or Burna Boy and Sophia, drop it in the comment section. I'm dying to see it, and I'm going to see you guys in my next video. Bye, love you.